Is the volcano trash? Let's find out. Alright, what's up guys? My name is Fierce, and I'm back on Borderlands 1 with a series I haven't touched in about 4 to 5 years. Now, when I started my channel, I did my own sort of Does It Suck style series. Now, I have since kind of put that series away, did a couple other videos, and over the past year or so, I've been watching the videos of Garnet Anarchist III. And watching his series has inspired me to go back to Borderlands 1, go over some of the weapons that I think the community needs a bit of a refresher on. So we're going to continue this series with one of my personal favorite snipers, the Maliwan Volcano. If you have somehow lived under a rock this entire time, Garnet Anarchist III is a Borderlands 2 YouTuber going over various Borderlands 2 weapons and builds and such. Now, being a sniper rifle, of course, this is going to be good on Mordecai, being the designated sniper character. It's also going to be great on Lilith, who is also a sniper character, but she can also take advantage of the elemental side of this weapon. And then thirdly, Roland is really good with sniper rifles, as he is like the general use character, so he could use his various class mods to take this weapon and then use it for a couple different other situations. So I think for this video, I'll use a Roland and screw it, I'll use a Lilith. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, and once again, subscribe to Garnet Anarchist III. Alright, enough chit chat, let's get to it. Going back to Headstone Mine, this is the map where I used to do these videos, and starting off, my aiming is god-awful. I actually had to record this 3 separate times, and those 3 other times I tried to do live commentary, but I just could not do it. I kept like slurring my words, my gameplay was pretty crap, so I said, you know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna do the commentary in the editing bay and kind of show you my process. So at this point, I'm starting to just lock in, and I'm starting to be able to hit the enemies. So right there's a guy on the rail sort of deal, and I take a little bit of time to kind of lead my shots, but there you go, right there. Take out the guy on the top, then a headshot. Going over the Borderlands 1 version of the Volcano, it's a bolt action sniper, which means it has 200% critical hit damage. You may have also noticed is that it does splash damage. So when you hit an enemy, it does a huge explosion, and it has the ability to light surrounding enemies on fire. Now, because it has ×4 elemental prog, not only does it deal a lot of element damage, but also deals high dot damage. When you pull the trigger on an enemy, you can see that there are 2 numbers that pop up. There is the weapon damage, and then there's the element damage. Because the Volcano is always going to be ×4 elemental prog, that means is that the elemental damage will be 3.2 times the base damage. Now, looking at the red text, it says Pele demands a sacrifice. Doing a little bit of research, I found out that Pele is a Hawaiian deity who made the Hawaiian Islands, which I think is pretty cool. But yeah, as you can see right here, I'm just wrecking face if I could even hit an enemy. I am not good as a sniper player, right? I'm more medium to close range, so my accuracy with these kind of weapons are pretty poor. But we finished that area I call the pit. Now we're just kind of making our way to Sledge, killing enemies as we go. See, there you go. Right there you saw on that headshot, you could see the 2 numbers popping up. But yeah, like I said before, the reason why I'm kind of bringing this series back is A, I'm just inspired by Garnet, but B, I had like a little bit, I had some people questioning of why I put the Volcano on my top 10 legendaries list. And so I thought about this for a while, and I talked to Garnet about it, and I brought the idea to him that we should do like a joint upload. is I'll cover the Borderlands 1 Volcano, the pros and the very few cons that it has, and just how I feel about the weapon. And then Garnet will take this, and then he'll make the Borderlands 2 version, compare them together, and give his thoughts on it. Yeah, we're coming up to the next mobbing section, and usually what I do is I'll throw out my turret to the little deal down below. Oh, there's a badass, that's fantastic. And then I'll just let turret distract the enemies, take care of the rushing enemies like those psychos right there, and then I went for the big guy. Now I was just trying to kill this guy as fast as possible, so I wasn't really lining up my shots for his crit spot, but it is an elemental weapon, so if I'm not hitting the crit spot, at least I light the sucker on fire. Oh, come on, he's almost dead. Yeah, there we go. Roland is one of my favorite characters, guys. He has been my main since day one. I like this character a lot. A really good general use character, right? So I'm using the heavy gunner comm, which boosts weapon damage, magazine size, and then fire rate. Which is why I think my max ammo capacity, yeah, is right there. It's at 16 compared to the 6 it would normally be. Then if I get a kill skill, I have, 9 out of 5 in Metal Storm, so I deal insane fire rates, which is why I'm able to kind of chain the shots together like pow, 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 pow. I think I do it during the sledge fight. Oh, excuse me. I think I do that during the sledge fight. So, to save myself some embarrassment, I'll just kind of save the pow, pow, pow for that segment. And then speaking of that segment, it's actually coming up real quick. As we go up this elevator, we're at the foot end of his arena. Alright, as we're opening up the gates, it's go time. So I'll throw down my turret, go to the right, try to kill this enemy so I can get a kill skill, and I'll try to keep medium range, and then I'm just stacking fire dots. Now his crit spot for Sledge is the red visor, like on his face, and then the back of his head is his crit spot. And it's kind of really hard to hit that visor if, oh, I don't know, motherfucker's on fire and you can't see. So I just stacked up the fire dots, and just like that, he's gonzo. He dead. Moving over to my Spectre Lilith build. If you haven't seen it yet, I have a video going over 4 different Lilith builds that you should try. So if you haven't seen that video yet, go ahead and check it out. This was build number 4 that I showed off, which is just the sniper build. Now we're here in the Underdome, in the Gully Arena, which is my personal favorite. And I figured for this little segment, instead of being medium to close range like I am with Roland, I'm going to take my time, usually stay at a distance, and then sometimes go into close range. Like that right here, I just dazed these 2 psychos, and then just took them out. The thing with Lilith is that she has 3 different skills to apply the Daze effect, and for this build, I have 5 out of 5 in Dramatic Entrance, and then 1 point at the Mind Games. So it doesn't matter if I shoot the enemy, or they get tagged by my Phase Blast, they are going to be dazed. And this allows you to get more consistent critical hits on like snipers or really any other weapon. Now I made a video last year, hey look at that, the headshot challenge, that's actually really cool. Now last year I made a video about the Daze effect. And I thought it was a good video, so if you haven't seen that yet either, the link will be down below. See that right there, I'm making like 1 hit will kill an enemy if I get its critical spot. Oh, that bastard is behind the crate. We'll just, screw it, we'll just tag him with fire dots. So I'll go in through this portal over here and essentially flank the enemies. Boom, headshot number 1, and headshot number 2. Oh, come on, that would have hit. This game does have, it's not weapon sway, but it's like flinching, I guess, is what it's called. When an enemy tags you, you kind of flinch up. It is incredibly annoying. And it's the reason why sniping, or really just gunfights, are really difficult in this game. And it's not in any of the other games, which is why sniping is so much easier in those games. I don't even have to try to get, consistent headshots in Borderlands 2. In Borderlands 1, it's pretty difficult. But there we go, we took care of that, no problem. Oh, and I forgot the elemental challenge was right after that. That's crazy. So instead of showing off like the critical hit side of it, now we're just going to do, the elemental side. And actually, this is a good test too, because we get the normal psychos, and as you can see right there, the scorching psychos. So for these type of enemies, we're just going to have to hit them at the crit spot, which you can see right here, it won't matter. Boop, see, he did. Because they're resistant to fire, they will only deal damage by the weapon damage and not the element damage, if that makes sense. So you saw right there, if I hit the psycho, there were 2 numbers, one of them was 0, as you saw right there. That was the element damage doing nothing. Zip, nada, zip. And then just for fun, I decided just to let him burn to death via acid. Beautiful. Nothing real interesting happened in the badass wave. There is a psycho running up to me right now. So until then, I'm just taking out the guys through range if I can. See, there we go. And I wanted to make this point is there is a compass in Borderlands 4, and I'm used to Borderlands 1, so that mechanic is totally fine by me, but I do think it is hard to read. Right, in BL1, it just kept it real simple, right at the bottom of the screen, which, in my opinion, it's easier to read than at the top of the screen. And it didn't glow different colors, it kept it nice and simple, and, well, hey, just like that, the wave's over. And I'm doing this on round 3 because it has no shield or health modifiers, so these are going to be the base enemies you fight in the game. And I just figured that'd be, a bit more of a fair challenge, I guess. But it's the boss wave, and it's the twin himself. Now, late last year, early this year, I uploaded a video where me and my buddies tried to get the Rhino Roaster hybrid, and I think we all got that hybrid that day, but I only uploaded my perspective on it, so if you want to check that out, link is also down below. Boom, just like that. So what I'm doing is I'm taking out the enemies and just continually just trying to gain my action skill back and trying to daze Taylor Cobb. Because he is dazed, that means his projectile speed from his rocket's going to be slower, which, just gives me more survival time. Except for right there when I was dumb enough to get hit. But not dumb enough right there where I killed him. Aha! And just like that, the round's over, and these are the guns I got rewarded with. So yeah. Concluding this video, we ask ourselves, is this weapon trash? Hell no. This thing's awesome. It's a common legendary that deals great splash damage. The fact that element damage is really good in this game kind of gives it a couple extra points. I think this is an amazing weapon. If I would rate it out of 10, I'd give like an 8.5 out of 10. That's my opinion. If you enjoyed this video, hey, be sure to leave a like. And if you really liked it, make sure to sub for more awesome content. Alright guys, I'm getting out of here. Once again, if you haven't yet, please check out Garnet's video. It's going to be awesome. And with that being said, I'm out of here. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'm going to see you all in the next one. See ya.